Every record has been destroyed or falsified. Every book rewritten. Every picture has been repainted. Every statue and street building has been renamed. Every date has been altered. And the process is continuing day by day and minute by minute. History is stopped. Nothing exists except an endless present in which the party is always right. George Orwell, 1984.
You felt it your entire life, that there's something wrong with the world.
To those of you that have woken up, don't let any of this make you despair. Let it instead free you and see it as a beginning to you. There's a typo in here. The journey of you and your loved ones. There's so much beauty in this life that we're kept from seeing by keeping us in shackles. Notice as well that I shall be avoiding using specific words to not be discovered by the algorithm that checks audio on these videos.
You don't know what it is, but it's there.
Vaccine made by Cambridge-based Moderna is highly effective.
Is brought to you by Pfizer.
To pave the way for emergency authorization this week.
Moderna says it's strongly protects children.
Once you free yourself, keep in mind that there will be no going back. It's going to be impossible to trick your own mind afterwards to miss any of this. But it is freedom after all, and it's worth it.
Like a splinter in your mind.
And science gets twisted for the right of the narrative, and in worst case, it's just pure fraud. I mentioned the same about Dr. Francis Collin and Dr.
Did you delete any emails or records related to the lab or the origins of the virus?
No, I did not.
Who had been exposed of lying, and yet there hasn't seemed to have been any narrative since. There's so many inconsistencies on both sides, both on the lab leak and on it being transferred from through a vector from bats. Right? I think you know what I'm talking about. A constant state of fear, anger, despair, and cognitive dissonance, all to tire out our minds. The thing that starts with a V and ends with a ruse can't be referred to as more than a hypothetical model, according to the research I've done, mainly due to the huge amounts of problems in the methods during electron microscopy, mainly the damaging of material through electrons, through mechanical cutting of tissue samples, and of chemical effect on the tissue samples. Polymerase chain reaction as well basically multiplies the genetic sequence, but it doesn't tell us what it's given us. It's just some random genetic sequence, but it can easily get named that it does cause something. The express antigen tests as well, just antigen tests. They're just a reaction of protein that we name as having confirmed some sort of condition of the body. So my point is, way too many inconsistencies. Also, be prepared for the fact that you won't be able to find a ton of research due to censorship. And finally, I'd like to go upon the fact that about the emergency status thing, which allowed a ton of pretty much bypass of any security measures that could have been in place, allowing basically unregulated distribution, let's put it that way. And when it was introduced, mRNA, in 2021, after that, now looking at the literature, there's a ton of white thrombus that appeared in populations. This comes from data from Pennsylvania, I do believe, from an autopsy, from autopsy data. There's a ton of new case reports of hemorrhagic infarctions, hemorrhagic strokes, I think you call it in English, and brain vasculature aneurysms, especially in the populations of 40 to 50-year-olds. Not to mention a ton of case reports of rapidly progressing colorectal and breast cancers, as well populations to 40 and 50-year-olds, and a ton of case reports of myocardial scarring, especially of young boys. That means, yeah, well, you know what it means. And another thing, there's two, I'm specifically referring to the one Comirnaty from Pfizer, but more than likely, most of them contain the same substances. Two of them are not officially mentioned in the data, right? It's a company secret. And from reverse engineering data done by, I can't remember the name, I'll add a name of the research I'm referring to, but he, according to the magnetic properties of and the just chemical properties of the substance, at least one of them seems to have been graphene oxide. Thank you for listening. You stay strong and keep fighting. You got this.